It all comes down to this. Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back with the final race of the F1 2021 calendar. Yes, this weekend F1 heads to Abu Dhabi, and of course what a season it has been. But of course today is Friday, so we're going to be doing another last question mark challenge. This time around of course racing as Max Verstappen. Yeah, I've done quite a few of these as Lewis Hamilton in recent weeks, so I thought it only seemed fair to race as the Dutchman this weekend here in Abu Dhabi. Just the second ever time in Formula 1 history, the Drivers' Championship, they've gone in all square into the final race of the year. And of course this weekend Max Verstappen, he could just take Lewis Hamilton out, he could just outrace him, Red Bull could have a much quicker car all weekend, Hamilton might have nothing he can do to try and win the World Championship. It really is a step into the unknown, and yeah, I'm nervously excited for this weekend. Let me know down in the comments below how you guys are feeling as we get ready for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Of course, Friday practice has already commenced so far today by the time this video has gone live, but of course, yeah, plenty more action to come from qualifying and of course race day on Sunday as well there. But yeah, so many unknowns. It's probably the first, title decider since 2016 that is really intriguing to see which way it'll go. Obviously, since then, Hamilton has sort of been able to wrap up championships with races in hand in recent years. So yeah, it certainly has been a push to the absolute limit for both him and Max Verstappen this year. But it is Lewis Hamilton that starts on pole here in Abu Dhabi ahead of his teammate Valtteri Bottas there. Sergio Perez lines up in P3, hopefully going to help us out this weekend as well if he can get in amongst the Mercedes there. Norris and Ricciardo 4th and 5th ahead of Carlos Sainz and his teammate Charles Leclerc down in 7th place. Alonso ahead of Pierre Gasly and Tsunoda, they're both AlphaTauris inside the top 10. Vettel ahead of Ocon, Stroll ahead of Kimi Raikkonen, and then we have got Antonio Giovinazzi ahead of George Russell, Nicholas Latifi, Mick Schumacher, and then of course Nikita Mazepin and ourselves as Max Verstappen rounding out the grid. But here we are then, the final last question mark challenge of the year. Of course, I'm sure these will return in 2022. But yeah, let's head down then to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix circuit. Well, here we are then on the grid, ready for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the final race of this 22 race epic that has been the 2021 season. For this one, I'm going to be racing as Max Verstappen, of course. I thought it was only fair, we had to go as one of the guys battling out for the championship this weekend, but I've done a fair few of these recent ones driving as Lewis Hamilton, so this time, yeah, we're going to be driving in the Red Bull one final time here. We're going to go, of course, for the medium-soft strategy like we always do. We're going to bring down a little bit off the fuel as well there, of course, because, yeah, this thing, no more rich revs on F1 2021, of course. But, yeah, let's see then where we can finish here today, and let me know down in the comments below where you think we'll finish this one. But the final time here in 2021, 5 red lights for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and it's lights out, and away we go. And starting down in 20th, there with a little downhill, we actually got a lot of wheel spin as we head down towards turn 1. Immediately we're going to be brave around the outside of a couple of cars there, almost contact with Nicholas Latifi as we head through turn 1. We actually get a warning there for that one as Mazepin now trying to hook it up back around the outside on the exit of the corner. Oh, Mazepin, very aggressive there as he tries to make it 3 wide with Latifi. And we've just got nowhere to go off the start of this Grand Prix. We'll try and get a switchback on the exit of the hairpin here. But of course, Abu Dhabi is such a difficult track to overtake at the best of times there. And already, if you look at the mini-map, Hamilton, he's well and truly decided he wants to check out at the start of this Grand Prix there. Latifi and Mazepin again going side by side as we head down the back straight, and we'll go up the inside of the pair of them, and up the inside of Mick there, who tries to turn in on me, but we do. Do we hold on? Yes, we do, around the outside, as he gets caught out over the curbs there. So finally making some progress at the start of the final race of the year. I'm in the 17th place early on, and of course, yeah, I mean, if one of the top two had to start towards the rear of the field, it's going to be a very difficult weekend. Of course, no updated Abu Dhabi, unfortunately, on F1 2021. Really am intrigued to see how the track is going to fare this weekend, of course, with the new changes. On paper, they're looking quite good. I actually put a poll up yesterday, and about 80% of you guys reckon Abu Dhabi is now going to be a better race because of it. And of course, now the track been confirmed to be extending its stay in Formula 1 until 2030, which is a rather large commitment. You think it's basically been hosting the final race of the year at that point for 20 years, which I don't think we've seen from any other venue as well. But yeah, I guess money talks at the end of the day. But out of the final corner, I'm in a P17 by the end of lap 1, and we've got Antonio Giovinazzi next up just in front of us, of course, leaving Formula 1 at the end of this year to head over to Formula E. Let's see if we can just pull one more move on Italian Jesus then as we get a really nice run down through turn 3 there. Gio going defensive to the outside we go. Harder rubber, but still clean around the outside. This Red Bull has just got so much grip. Of course, George Russell's last race in a Williams this weekend. I'm sure we'll see some good battles between these two in the future, but for now, yeah, Max Verstappen still has a rather mighty car advantage as Russell goes a bit defensive in towards the chicane. I'm sure, given the chance, he's going to help Hamilton out this weekend. But clean around the outside of the Williams we go. Ooh, a little bit of wheel spin. But I'm in a P15 now. It's starting to get into the groove, starting to make a bit more progress. All over the back now of the Canadian Sir Lancelot as we head down the back straightaway. Of course, yeah, the Red Bull, not the fastest car down the straights as we've got Seb trying to have a go on Kimi Räikkönen just a bit further up the road. Can we have a look around the outside of Stroll? He tries to move across me, but we make the move work. Kimi Räikkönen gets caught out just in front of us. There, of course, Kimi's last ever race in Formula 1 as well. Come the end of the season, it has certainly been a career that a lot of people are going to remember rather fondly. As Kimi Räikkönen in towards the next chicane. We're going to go for a proper Verstappen dive, though. Just about keep it between the white lines. And that was, yeah, in the end, I think actually a fairly good little move. Well, Sebastian Vettel hasn't got the DRS off Esteban Ocon just in front of him, despite being, well, within 1 second. Must have got that after the detection point there. As Seb goes to the left, we'll go to the right. Right on the outside of Sebastian we go. We should have the inside for the next part of the corner. Yes, we will. And we'll slam the door shut. And we'll move up now into P12 of the race. So I'm still making pretty good progress. Top 10 not far away. It's going to really be a case of seeing what we can do on the softs against everyone else on the hards later on. As Alpine and AlphaTauri seem to be locked into battle. Tsunoda versus Alonso this time. As, yeah, I'm certainly not going to miss that chicane. Absolutely nowhere for us to go as we head through the final couple of corners of lap 4. Ocon kicks out the back end slightly. Thought about having a look up the inside, but thought better of it. Again, it's a very, very fine balance when you're trying to carve your way through from the back. You can take the risks and sometimes come off as a hero. Other times it makes you look like a fool for trying something that was just never on. But as long as we stick close, we should be able to get something as we head maybe down in towards turn 3 on Ocon, or turn 4, sorry, even I should say, as we do get a pretty nice tidy run. To the inside we look, and up the inside we shall go. Hook it up round the outside, there we go, force him out onto those curbing. And we will now, yeah, be up into P11 of the race, and we will still have the DRS off Tsunoda. That brings you up a place. And Fernando Alonso, of course, so these two should bunch up down the second straight, and hopefully we can get close. Of course, I'm sure this weekend, in any sort of opportunity, Tsunoda will be told to jump out of the way of Max Verstappen there, but can we get a run on young Yuki? To the inside we look, making it very clear which way we're going to go. And we're now up inside the top 10 of this race, just 5 laps in. Next up, Fernando Alonso, who again, never really sure which camp he would be in this championship battle. Of course, has had a lot of beef with Hamilton in the past, but never got the sense he was a particularly big Verstappen fan either. I could be wrong. All over the back of Fernando Alonso now. Can we do a similar move to what we did to his teammate Esteban Ocon just 1 lap ago? All over the back of the Alpine. To the inside we look. Oh, and again, we'll just force him a bit deep into the corner, and we will get round the outside. Could have waited to the DRS, but not sure it's really worth it. There is Alonso has a look back up the inside. But yeah, next up is Pierre Gasly, but of course we're going to box at the end of this lap, and yeah, we should have the top end speed over that Alpine. Shouldn't need Pierre Gasly to move out the way at the end of this lap, but Bottas is into the pits as well, just up the road, and hopefully Gasly isn't going to dive it in. No, he is not. So we won't get caught up behind Gasly into the pit lane there. Very, very careful to slow it down in time. And they're really brave on the pit entry. That's where time's going to be made up this weekend, as we've got a lot of cars into the pits just behind us. Fingers crossed we won't get held up. We shouldn't do. 2.6 though was pretty sloppy by Red Bull standards, as we shouldn't come out in any traffic either. And now we can see Charles Leclerc just a couple of seconds up the road, as well as Danny Rick.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Don't bin it in the pit lane. Don't bin it in the pit lane, Matt. There we go. Heading back out onto the circuit now. Back down in P14. Yeah, Charles Leclerc, 3.5 up the road. Got to try and navigate the Ferraris and the Maccas now. And in the final couple of corners to finish off lap 7. Now crossing the halfway stage of the Grand Prix. Oh, getting a little bit out of shape there. Should now be back up nestled inside the top 10, but I think Leclerc and Ricciardo have lost a fair bit of time to their teammates here, as yes, we are. Should get the jump on Gasly as well. As, oh, there's Carlos Sainz, so maybe we haven't lost as much as I thought they would to the other guys there. We've actually undercut Carlos Sainz in this Grand Prix, which is really good to see. So I'm into 7th place now. And we can see, yeah, the Red Bull of our teammate and the Mercs not too far up the road. But we're going to have to still keep pushing to the absolute finish if we want anything from this race. Oh, there we go.
The fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
Fastest lap of the Grand Prix now, so we are definitely, yeah, on a mission at this stage of the race. All over the back now of Charles Leclerc. So we head through turn 3, keeping it absolutely pinned. So much confidence in this Red Bull there. As around the outside of Charles we go. Softer rubber there is going to make that one a fairly easy move, and of course a much quicker car to boot. So much ability this Red Bull has got through the twisty bits.
Nice move.
As now we've got to try and close up to Daniel Ricciardo as well, and we need to make this move now or never, I think, in this Grand Prix. Our former teammate, the Australian, is he going to go defensive? Yes, he is. So we're going to go to the outside again. But certainly not been afraid to pull off moves around the outside so far today. Running very, very deep, though, into the chicane. But we get the nose in front. And we're now up into P5 of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix there. Lando Norris 3.5 seconds up the road. We've got Sergio Perez 7 seconds up the road, though. So Hamilton, yeah, probably 9-10 seconds clear at the moment. But we've got to keep pushing. And the psychological warfare never stops with Lewis Hamilton as he sets fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We're really trying to rag it over that penultimate corner curbing there. So we actually go 3/10 slower that time round. But Lando Norris, yeah, 3 seconds up the road. It's going to be a tall order to close it to him and Sergio. Those again running wide through turn 1. I think we might just be trying to over push the car a little bit at the moment. I'll try and regroup, refocus, and continue closing in quickly but carefully.
Gap to the car in front is 3.2 seconds.
And I think just like we saw for Max right at the end of the Jeddah Grand Prix last weekend, these tyres are just starting to give up a little bit, and we're only on lap 11. The gap to Lando Norris just isn't coming down at the moment. I mean, we're romping away from his teammate and the Ferraris behind, but just really, really struggling to get the car rotated where we need it to be. And it's getting more and more frustrating as this race unfolds. It's that horrible balance between trying just to rein it back in and hit your apexes, but still trying to chase the time as desperation starts to set in late on here in Abu Dhabi. We've seen it before for other drivers, Alonso, Lewis Hamilton as well, of course, don't forget, back in 2016. And could this be the undoing of what has been an almost flawless championship campaign from Max Verstappen? Oh, we got yellow flags out. Oh, one of the Ferraris behind us has got issues. It's Charles Leclerc.
Resulting in loose debris. Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time, and there are no plans for a safety car right now.
And Charles Leclerc looks to be out of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix with just a couple of laps to go. Of course, that'll mean Lando Norris looks set to re-inherit P5 in the Drivers' World Championship, whether he finishes 4th or 5th in this Grand Prix. But yeah, at the moment, they're still just struggling a bit to get the car placed where we need it. And poor Charles Leclerc out of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And as we find the final corners then to start the last lap here of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, we have certainly just over-pushed these tyres today. Took the strategy the wrong way, and Red Bull must be kicking themselves. Final lap here in Abu Dhabi, and it might say on the history books, Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes once again with another World Championship. It might look simple on paper, but I tell you what, those of you that have watched the story this year will know a very, very different tale. Max Verstappen and Red Bull, fair play to them. You know, we've watched years and years of Mercedes dominance. For some, it's been enjoyable. For others, it's been painful. But Red Bull have certainly given Mercedes a proper challenge this year, and it has been brilliant to see. No matter who, of course, comes out on top in real life this weekend. But Hamilton in towards the final sector. He is going to become a record breaker, at least in this version of events, and claim his 8th Formula 1 World Championship, of course. Much, much more interested in what happens in the real-life Grand Prix anyway there. But in towards it, looks like we've got one of the Alfa Romeos with issues. Is Kimi Raikkonen about to cause drama in the final race of the year here? Is Lewis Hamilton going to be able to get past him? What is actually going on with the Alfa Romeo there? Looks like Kimi Raikkonen, I don't even know if it is Kimi or Antonio Giovinazzi there, has got all kinds of issues. I thought they were retiring from the Grand Prix, but is the Alfa actually causing some drama here? It looks like Hamilton has got through nonetheless. What is the Alfa Romeo doing through the final couple of corners? Is Giovinazzi And I'm guessing he's got a puncture? I'm not really sure, but Hamilton comes through. He is going to become an 8-time Formula 1 World Champion and the undisputed GOAT in Formula 1. But for Verstappen, sorry, it's just part of the redemption. In the future, he will definitely be a Formula 1 World Champion.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
With that, another year of Formula One draws to a close, and a new World Drivers' Champion is declared. Another entry added to that prestigious list of the sport's most incredible drivers. That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today and the results speak for themselves.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Max Verstappen seemed to just effortlessly weave through the other drivers today without a care in the world. He was definitely my driver of choice.
Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Well, there we are then, guys, the end of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and I'm sure a lot of you, probably not happy with the way, of course, our final race of the year went down. But, of course, all eyes will be on Abu Dhabi this weekend, nonetheless. But Hamilton, in this alternate universe, does become Formula 1 World Champion there. Let me know down in the comments below who you guys think will obviously become World Champion in 2022. Of course, we are going to be bringing back these GP challenges as well. But thank you all, as always, for the continued support, and we'll be back very, very soon with more F1 2021 content. None of these videos would be possible without the help of our channel supporters. So a massive thank you to The Travesty, Patrick, Chwan, David, Ben, Aidan, Estatios, Cato, Sean, Johnny, McBlam, Mighty Spork, Tazief, William, and Nanon for becoming channel members. If you want to be featured at the end of all these videos, make sure you just click the join button down below.